Hopefully. Maybe. And we're live. I hope. And there's a cat in the house. It's the Dustin and Cassie show with special guest, Josh. Cassie just went to chase a cat that just snuck in the door. The Woodsons are on their way out, and they let a cat in, I think. Oh, it's
He did blame you on the cat.
Sorry.
Don't blame me on the cat.
I'm blaming the cat on you. I'm not gonna blame you on the cat.
No.
It's our male cat. I can't remember what is his name. Bandit. Sorry.
You have one viewer.
We have one viewer. Who's viewing? Who's watching us? Comment in the chat so we know. I gotta delete the first one. The first show failed. The internet connection was too slow. I have to delete that off the list because it was only 17 seconds long. Yep. It's your wife.
It is not.
Yeah, so you look right. So you look right over here, so that way you can see it. Hi, Mel. We have Josh. Thank you for letting us borrow him.
Hi, Mel.
Josh's mom's joining in. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Is she there with her?
No.
Or she's okay.
In Michigan.
Okay, gotcha. Where's your mom live in Michigan?
It's Kent City, so it's north of Grand Rapids.
Okay, yeah, I know where Kent City's at. Yep. So it is Saturday night. It's late. We had a bunch of people over tonight or today for Shabbat, and we're just having too good of a time. We didn't want to stop, so we're late getting to the show. I'm sure the Turners are probably already doing their show by now, so they probably won't be tuning in. Yeah, so what do we want to talk about? Where's she's probably busy answering all of the the Turners are watching. Hey. Marcy is probably busy answering all the people that's responding to the riddle thing that I posted and she had to post. I do not.
Hi, Turners.
Two special guests.
That's right.
What?
Never mind. I'm not gonna say nothing. Never mind. It's like they're always here. No.
No.
So what do we want to talk about this week?
It's not a door.
It's not a door. The answer to the riddle. I didn't say the door. I said my eyes. I had one
riddle is ridiculous.
I had one person get it right. One person. That was Adam Allen.
It's
that was
stupid.
it. Everybody else. Michael Cross just answered and said he'd open the door. I think. No, he said he opened your eyes. Incorrect. Incorrect, Michael, if you're watching or when you watch this later. It's not. So for anybody who might be on my Facebook, I'm going to ruin it for you. If you see the riddle, the answer is you open the Facebook Messenger app first. So don't bother messaging me. Shh, we're doing a show. All right, I'm being funny. So Josh is here. He came to visit for the weekend. So he's going to be heading back home tomorrow morning, right?
Right.
So,
Early.
Going to fly back to Kentucky?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, via North Carolina.
That's weird.
Isn't it?
That's so it's crazy how the flights, like when I flew like 3 years ago when I started work for Waste Management, I had to go down to Southern Florida and I had to fly from here to, did I go to Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
No. Did I go to Dallas? I think I went to Atlanta. I think I went from here to Atlanta.
Maybe we went to Dallas on the way home.
To Fort Myers. And then I think on the way home, I went Fort Myers to Dallas to here. I think it's how it went. So, there's 4 people watching. Yeah, smash that thumbs up button, everybody. Appreciate that. And comment in the comment section so we know who all is here. So what do you have happen this week? Anything? I got plenty I know I can talk about.
You can always talk anyways.
True.
You never run out of words to say.
True. Which is... There's that thing that says men use like 3,000 words a day and women use like 20,000 words a day.
It's the opposite in this house. Well, I probably use that much.
You probably use more.
Mine is more.
You'll use more on a daily basis than I will because I'm in the truck most of the day by myself. The only person I usually talk to is her.
And you talk to your phone. Yeah,
that's true. I do use a voice to text.
Yeah, but you have to call it Google, so it's not really personal.
That's true. So I had something interesting happening this week on the road. I was telling Josh about it earlier. near McAllister, Oklahoma, the U.S. government has a giant ammunition facility, and it's actually a place where they make bombs, like the Moab and all these different bombs they make there. And in McAllister on the highway, there's actually a monument that has all the flags of the different armed forces, and then all these different bombs that they make. There's, they have them out there. And so if you go on Google Maps and you look up McAllister, Oklahoma, and you look to the southwest of it, you'll see all these little like gray dots on the map. And if you zoom in, those are ammunition storage bunkers. Well, they have a test firing facility just to the south of that. I didn't know this. I was coming north and I saw all this black smoke coming up way ahead of me. I didn't know I was coming up on McAllister. I saw this black smoke. I'm like, I wonder what's going on up there. And I got a little bit closer to it where the smoke was almost to my left. And I felt like my truck jerk like this. And I heard a pop. I'm like, did I just blow a tire? And I'm like looking in this mirror, looking back for rubber flying. I looked in this mirror. There was no rubber flying. I'm like, I wonder what that was. And I went a little bit, further on down the road, like another 30 seconds. And I felt it again. I'm like, what in the world? And I'm like, is there something exploding over there? Is that what all the black smoke is coming from? So I rolled my window down and then boom, I heard it. And then I felt it like hit the side of my face. I'm like, there's something exploding over there. So I got on the CB radio and called out about it. And some guy said, yeah, there's, they got that military testing facility over there. He said, they're doing live rounds right now, setting stuff off. I'm like, I could not believe that far off of the road, that far away from the explosions, I could still feel the concussions. And when I was closer to it, it was enough that I felt it through my truck. It actually rocked my truck. So it wasn't a mushroom cloud, but it was thick black smoke. But it's like, man, I couldn't imagine, being even, 500 yards closer to it, how bad the concussion would have been if being that far away, I felt it actually rock my truck going down the road. So that was crazy that, experienced that. So, first the flash, then, yeah, right. Then duck and cover. Let's see what else I don't talk about. The tire on your van. Oh, all my Thursday fiascos. So Thursday, my birthday is next week and my license expires next week. So the plan was, my boss said Thursday I would get back and I could just run to the DMV in town in Siloam and go and renew my license. So I got into Siloam about 8:30 in the morning, drove over to the DMV, waited about 15 minutes, got up to the counter, and I said, I need to renew my license. And the lady's like, first thing she says is, do you have your truckers against trafficking certification? I'm like, not that I know of. And she hands me this piece of paper and I recognize the symbol on it. And there's JB Hunt has this training that you have to do as part of their orientation. It's for human trafficking to be, they train you on what things to look for and watch out for, and give you a 800 number to call if you see anything. So I'm like, oh yeah, I've done this before, but I don't know where I have my certificate. She's like, well, I need your certificate in order for you to get your license. It's a state law since 2017. Call my boss up. He doesn't know where the access to it, if he has it or whatever and whatnot. I didn't have it in my paperwork. So I'm like, well, I might as well just go online and just recertify. It's like a 30-minute video. So go to their website, and they have there's a page that says, to get certified, watch it says step 1, watch the above video. And then step 2, it shows a symbol of the certificate and it says take the test. And it says step 3, download your certificate. I'm like, okay. So I click the video. It opens up a Vimeo link. Watch the 30-minute video and then go back to the page, click on the thing for step 2. Nothing happens. I'm like, what is going on? So then I went to a different part of their website, and there's actually a website where you have to go and register, put in a name and everything. And then I had to watch the 30-minute video again. There's no skipping through it. So I'm like, so I watched the same 30-minute video twice. Get my certificate. I go back inside, and the lady's like, okay, I need your driver's license, birth certificate, or passport. Well, I handed her my passport card, and then she takes a highlighter and marks on my passport card and hands it back to me. And she says, this expired back in May. This isn't legitimate. I'm like, she's like, technically, I'm supposed to keep this. And I grabbed it out of her hand. I said, that's mine. You're not keeping this. Shoved it back in my wallet. What? Well, it's my passport card. She can't keep that. So she's like, I need your birth certificate. And I'm like, my birth certificate's at home. She's like, well, you need to go get it. I'm like, I live in Huntsville. That's an hour away. She says, well, there's nothing you can do unless you have it. So Cassie went looking for my birth certificate. She couldn't find the normal one I have, but she found one that has from the hospital. From the hospital. So she brings that to me. I decided to go to the office in Rogers instead. And she had to go to her doctor's appointment. So I was following her. And as she was coming to a stop at different stoplights, I noticed the back end of the van would shake back and forth like this. And we've noticed that the van, like the rear tires seem like they've been a lot louder on the road. So I'm like, I called her. I'm like, she's like, I asked her if she felt it shaking or anything like that. She said she didn't, but I could physically see the back of the van shimmying
But
back
I
and
had
forth.
been complaining about the van for a while, and I told you it was getting louder.
Right. It was getting louder. So then I went to the Rogers, sat in line for an hour and a half for them to basically tell me that the birth certificate I have is not an actual birth certificate. It's a gift from the hospital.
Even though it has a seal on it and everything, it's so retarded.
Yeah, it's not an actual legitimate. I'm like, well, what do I do? She's like, you have to contact where you were born, contact that county. They'll send you a new birth certificate. Right. Yeah, it's a gift, man, because I had my baby footprints on the back and whatever. It's not a legitimate government document.
Is that yeah,
It's like from the gift shop.
Did it come with the teddy bear that your parents brought in?
So I'm like, I was so frustrating. I was not exactly nice to the lady. I showed my frustration. I stormed out of there because like I wasted 2.5 hours of my day. And at that point, I had.
Well, and you have a week. That's the thing is that you have a week to try to get it. And if the way Arkansas works, you have to have your license by your birthday. There's no, I think in Michigan, it's to the end of the month.
Well, in Arkansas, I would be downgraded to just a regular driver's license.
And you would have to go back and get your CDL and all that stuff. So
Right.
it's like, that's his job. It's kind of a big deal.
Do they notify you guys here?
Yeah, they send
Yeah.
they send you a notice that your license is going to expire.
Because Kentucky quit doing that. In Kentucky, they don't notify you. Like you're expected to
know.
know.
I don't even know if my notice tells me what I'm supposed to have. I don't know, but
You might have to talk a little bit louder because Dustin's loud.
Is he?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Can you hear him okay? Somebody say yes
Wait.
or say no.
My wife may have passed out. Poor woman.
Shit, taking care of 4 kids all by herself.
Oh, 4 kids all by herself.
All by herself. So anyhow, I left there in a huff, and I had
He
to.
wasn't so nice to his wife about it.
I was frustrated, and I was not frustrated at Cassie, but she thought I was frustrated at her, and then she quickly realized I was not frustrated at her. I was just frustrated at the situation. So then we got our Sam's.
Mel's on.
Oh.
Let Mel know. She'll know.
Okay.
She's watching.
So then I went and looked up. I was born in Eaton County, Michigan. So I looked up the place there, called them, completely automated system. You don't get to talk to a real person. And it says if you want a birth certificate, you have to go to this certain website. So I went to the website, filled all the information, and had to pay $47.50 to get a new birth certificate. And they send it like via UPS airmail or whatever. So my birth certificate is in Springdale as of right now, according to what the UPS tracking
So
said.
let me ask you something. Did you learn a lesson?
I don't know what lesson am I supposed to learn.
To leave your birth certificate where it's supposed to be.
That it's as far as I know, that's where it still is. I have yet to go and look for it, but she says it's not in the fireproof safe.
Well, it's just a gift from the hospital.
No, I have an actual birth certificate I used to have from Eaton County. I don't know where it's at.
Okay, so here's the deal.
Orange peel.
We have our marriage license. So we have that in the envelope. I have my birth certificate. I have 2 birth certificates for Eli in there. My social security card. Can't find Eli's social security card because the last person that had it didn't put it back.
I put it back where I got it from.
You did not.
I did.
Well, they were fast at getting it.
So
Yeah.
we lost
So it'll be here.
Dustin's birth certificate and we can't find Eli's social security card.
But anyway, so I'll have my birth certificate come Monday when UPS goes back to work. It'll get delivered. So I'll probably Wednesday, more than likely, will go to the DMV, which is the day before my birthday, and get my license. And that's actually Wednesday is the day we're going to be taking off, heading to
Ohio.
Dustin was born. Yes, Dustin was born. Why are you guys logged in under that account?
So speaking of the conference, because that's where we're going.
So we're going to be leaving on Wednesday to head to the Declaring the End from the Beginning conference in
Really?
Vermillion.
That's where we're going?
No, we're not. We're not going. We're not going to the Isaiah 46:10 conference. That's incorrect completely. Because that's what I'm looking at on the screen. That's not. No, we're going to go to the Take on the World conference. That's where we're going.
That was hilarious.
Corrected you.
Yep. So we're leaving on Wednesday for that.
Yeah.
Is that why you have all that stuff out in front of you?
Hey.
So Michael Cross is on. Michael, you got the answer wrong. I told you earlier because you commented during the show. The answer was the first thing you open is the Messenger app. So
Stupid.
So just pick a picture from all your pictures and post the riddle with a picture. I'll just let you pick your own picture to choose.
That's not chainmail at all, by the way.
Yeah. So go ahead.
So I have been busy making zeet seeds like forever. I'm zeet out, honestly. But I still have like 30 more that I would like to get done. So I'm just gonna show you guys as best as I can, or have Dustin reach in and show you. There is a set.
The color doesn't do it justice, I think. Here,
No,
the camera is bad.
They are really beautiful
It's-
compared to what we see.
Yeah.
I don't know if they see the same. Maybe my wife can say, does that red look real vibrant on your side?
That almost looks crimson to me, right?
Yeah, it's like a raspberry type of red.
Oh,
Cindy's on.
my daughter said hi. Hey, Rosalind. And probably Cadence is up too.
So that one actually comes with a bracelet.
Lauren says they're beautiful. They're gorgeous, yeah.
So that one comes with a bracelet. Let's see. I just pulled a few of them out.
So let's do that.
This one.
There's the bracelets with the. You're gonna get these all mixed up now.
I'm not. I'm gonna put them.
You're trusting me to put stuff away where it
Yes.
belongs after we just got done talking about that?
My poor wife. She says they're all up.
Uh,
It's all for
Oh.
kids. At our time, it's 11:36.
But it's Saturday night.
Sure, that makes a difference.
It doesn't make a difference when you have little ones. So this is one of the Yahovah ones.
There was somebody that commented on that this week and said the DNA ones are pretty cool. I'm like, that's not a DNA double helix. That's,
This is like a teal.
that's the
color
letters
with
for
orange.
the name of God. He's like, oh, that's even cooler.
Here.
You want me to hold him or what?
No, you can put them in here. I already showed one.
There
all
they
look
are
the
again.
same. Those ones are one of my favorite ones to make. Are the Yahovah ones? The only thing is they take.
You're going to have to pull all these out of the
Forever.
packaging and
That's
redo them the
funny.
right way.
That's fine.
Is the camera dirty again?
Shouldn't be. Nobody's touched it.
looks all right from our side.
Okay, so Mel, yes, I do wear them. My reasoning for wearing them is because it says Children of Israel. It doesn't say.
Nice
Bye,
nose.
Turners.
It doesn't
Enjoy your
say,
show.
Men. It says children, and so I feel like that applies for all of us, not just.
Gina says she wears ET. She feels naked without them.
I mean, I do too. I don't necessarily wear them all the time in the house, just because if I'm in pajamas or something, or.
Being nosy.
But Mel, if you want some, I will send your husband home with some.
Do you have extra stock to send home right now?
Yes, I do. I'll even
You've
let
got
him pick out what you.
You've
What
got
he
quite
thinks
the
you would
lineup
like.
for the year, don't you? You guys have a couple events you're doing, right?
That's the plan. So here's another one.
Does Stephanie know me? Or Steven?
Steven.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's,
Steven. He was at Sukkot this past year.
Oh.
His dad had the smoker.
From Texas.
So
Yeah,
here's
yep.
another set. This is
Hi,
like a
Steven.
purple, and there's a violet and a couple greens, and it also comes with a bracelet. Your camera.
Hey, the color just got a little better for a second. There was actually
Do you
some.
think it's the light?
I don't know. Maybe we just need to tilt it down.
Girl, I'm gonna send your husband home with some.
That's better.
Yeah, look at that.
That's better. That added a lot of color to it.
Save them, sell at the conference. I can buy some from you after the conference.
See, I agree with Mel
Yeah.
because she's not in a rush to have a set right now.
Mm-hmm.
She would rather you hang on to these and sell them at the conference, and then after the
I know, but
conference,
then
when
it-
things slow down a little bit for you, then you can make exactly what she would like, and that's what she wants. That's what she wants you to do.
Yep.
Josh agrees. I agree.
Y'all are men.
We three are in accord. There we go. Decision made.
Wait, what did you say last week?
Oh, what was I say? What did I say? What was it?
No, you were saying.
I forbid it. I forbid it. I forbid it. There we go.
Done.
It's full of crap. brown. Here's another set. These are probably one of my favorite ones. They're brown and pink.
Brown?
Yeah, I was gonna
It's
say it
brown.
looks blue.
Oh, yeah, look blue up there.
brown.
You held it up there, look blue to me. Now,
Yeah.
yeah, it's brown.
No, it's
This
brown.
is these are like that dress. If everybody remembers that, is it blue and gold or is it?
Or was it black and
At
white?
least on our
Eli,
side.
would you
it
give me a
is.
glass of ice water, please?
But I think that everybody should wear them because,
Ice
like
water,
I said,
please.
it says children of Israel. And so, but, you know.
I just
Bug.
killed him off.
So this week we decided.
PETA's going to be after me now.
Mm.
So this week we decided that we did decide.
I don't know what she's going to talk
So
about. I'm
we
just
have
making
this
fun.
conference, the Take on the World conference,
Right?
and then we'll come back, and Sukkot is the next big thing,
That'll be in October.
and so I have September to prepare for that. And then after that, there is a conference, just a retreat, I guess. Just was announced for Torah Sisters. And that's in Michigan. And so we're talking about, some of us girls are talking about going. So Angela already bought her ticket. I'm going to buy mine after this conference. And Gina will buy hers. And then we're trying to talk Jamie and Mary into going.
Mm.
And so it's a women's retreat in Grass Lake, right?
I think it's Grass Lake. It's near Jackson.
Yeah.
It's at Camp Faholo, which actually is, I think, if I remember correctly, Camp Faholo is like an Assemblies of God Bible camp. I remember that from when I was a teenager. They had two camps in Michigan. There was Camp Faholo, and then there was Lost Valley Bible Camp that was in Gaylord.
Yeah, and so we're talking about going to that, making a girls' weekend, and going. And if I do,
Does anybody else? Are we pixelated? Anybody else, or is it just Cindy that's having issues with the picture?
So we're talking about going to that.
Thank you, sir.
Well, I shouldn't say we're talking about it. We're going to.
No.
And I will probably set up a table there too. So I can do that. And but it's an all women's retreat.
Lost
Mel
Valley.
said I was the counselor at Lost Valley one summer. Is that the same place?
The Lost Valley is where I was a counselor at Lost Valley. No, I was not a counselor at Lost Valley. I went to Lost Valley 1 year.
It's pixely here too.
Sorry, internet. My bad.
So
It's Michael's fault. He just accepted responsibility. We'll let it go there.
Mel, what year was? How old is Mel?
I'm not going to say that.
I was going
I'm
to say,
not gonna say
hello.
Okay. I'm 37. Is Mel older than me?
What?
Dustin, he still can't
What?
answer that.
What year were you there? Let's
Yeah, Mel.
have that
Mel, what
one.
year were you there? There we go. I should say, what year was I there? I think I was.
I have to go home and live with her, so let's be careful here.
2001. Oh, then I was there before you were there then. Because I was there when I was 15. So that would have been 98, 97.
You're old.
I went to camp 1 year as a camper at Lost Valley. And then the year after that, I got asked to be a counselor at our local Bible camp in Pickford. It was 2 years. I was a counselor for the, I think it's like the 4th through 6th grade camp. I was a counselor for that. And then the next 2 years after that, I was a counselor for the 4th through 6th grade camp. And then for the high school camp as well, I think, if I remember correctly. 16, 17. Yeah, then 18, 19, I was a camp counselor for the high school ones. So, yeah, I only got to go to camp 1 year as an actual camper. Anyway, so they're going to be going to a retreat at that camp. So
Yeah,
Mel's
that's
been
in-
there before. She knows what it's like. Of course,
That's in
a
December.
long time ago. That was 20 years ago almost now.
So that's in December. So hopefully there's not a lot of snow or any snow. I'm thinking it's December, so probably not.
It's gonna probably be cold though.
Well, I
It's
don't
gonna be
mind
December,
cold.
yeah.
I don't mind cold. Gina might freeze, but I don't mind cold. And then in February we have the Declaring the End from the Beginning. So
Then there was another conference in Tennessee that somebody told us about that we should go to. It has like
I
almost
haven't
1,000
looked
people.
into- Yeah, I haven't.
Was it?
looked into
What was it
that
called?
yet.
Revive
Revive
us?
something.
Revive us or something like that.
Yeah, I haven't looked into that one yet.
So somebody said that we should go there for that. So
I'm thinking that if I can make them and sell, at the conferences, then it's not that I wouldn't want to go if we couldn't sell something, but the money isn't there. So if I could sell something, then it would pay for the trip, which would make it easier for us to go because unfortunately we're not made of money.
No, we're made of flesh and bone.
Well, just saying. So the next few months are busy.
Mm-hmm. You'll kind of have a little bit of a break between Sukkot and the other conference.
Yeah, no.
Yes! Yes, Mel!
No. I need to get one of those things that they had in, was it Meet the Fockers? The mammary glands. You remember that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I can't feed the kids, so.
Yeah, that's the one thing with this conference is that
Hey,
they
Clint.
want to keep it pretty much 18 and older. So there's no girls under 18, and they would prefer no infant babies because or breastfeeding babies because that takes away from what they're trying to do. Which I get it. It can be distracting sometimes, but
Kids a distraction? Never.
it seems like I think that it's when I read what they're going to be talking about and the things, I'm like, I need to go whether I sell anything or not. And that was one of the things that we talked about was that even if I can't sell anything, I think I should still go because the purpose behind it is something that I need for sure.
I should join you.
You got to buy your ticket. It's Torah Sisters. The Torah Sisters magazine. I think they have a Facebook page. I want to say it's $225 until August 31st. There's limited space. It's pretty much dorm room style. So you may end up you'll probably end up in a room with 3, 4, or 5 people that you don't know or women that you don't know. So it should be fun, but everything's on the camp place or whatever. So, I mean, everything's right there. You won't have to drive around anywhere or anything. That includes your lodging. It includes the retreat tickets, and it includes all food for the entire weekend. And it's kosher, obviously.
I would hope so.
So,
is it kosher or is it clean? There's a difference.
It's clean. It would be clean, not kosher. Sorry.
Right.
It would be clean. It was biblically clean.
Biblically clean.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference. In case you don't know, there's a difference between kosher and biblically clean. Biblically clean is following the standards that God gave that you find in the Bible in like Leviticus 11 concerning the animals. Kosher, technically kosher, includes the stuff that the rabbis have added to things like you can't mix your milk and dairy, and it's like that's not in the Bible, and other things like that. So kosher doesn't always necessarily mean what kosher does always mean biblically clean, but it adds to it. So I don't know why I'm going on in a rant about that, but there is a difference.
Hey, you just learned something today.
Right? Well, we were in last year or a couple years ago, we were in a Facebook group. It was called Kosher Keto, we were doing the keto diet. And there were some people in there that was complaining, like, because there were people post recipes and they'd have milk or they'd have dairy and meat mixed together. And like, this isn't kosher. And it's like, well, it is. And then they kind of got into it so they had to actually change the name of the group, didn't they, to Biblically Clean? Yeah. Because there was like Messianic Jews that were making a big deal about, the terminology. So, yeah. Anyway, are you looking up
Yeah, I'm going to look it up just so I can read it because I thought it was interesting and I think that it would be a good thing.
So I told why she's looking that up. Or did you find it already?
No.
I mentioned about the van shaking back and forth when I got home from work yesterday, Friday. I talked to my dad, I get some ideas of what it could be. And he thought, well, it might be a sway bar in the back of the van or a torsion bar or whatever. Or it could be a wheel hub might be loose or something like that. So I jacked up the back of the van and Josh was out there with me. I was spinning the tire on the driver's side because I noticed that like it almost looked like her driver's side tire on the rear was walking out like this, like it was not balanced. And was spinning the tire, and Josh is like, "Whoa!" He's like, "Look, there's a big bulge in the tread on the." It's like I noticed it looked like there was a spot, like there was a crack on the sidewall to me. But he's like, "Well, look this on the tread," and sure enough, there's this big old hump. So our driveway. Oh, that's the other thing I talked about is the driveway. Our driveway. We've complained about how bad our driveway is. Apparently, our driveway's been so bad that we've hit a rock somewhere, and it busted some of the cords on the inside of the tread of the tire. So there's actually a bulge in the tire. So the tread goes like this. So obviously, yeah, when she goes to slow down and the tires are rotating at a slower speed, it's going to cause the back end of the van to go like this because the tires are uneven. So we got to get that taken care of before we take off. So, yeah, Michael, yeah, it's pretty much, yeah, it's like a bubble on the tire. So you're going to have to get that done this week. You go tomorrow?
We are going tomorrow, remember?
Oh, I forgot. We're going to do that tomorrow.
So the theme of this conference is Women of Shalom. It says, leave stress and responsibility at home to join us for this special ladies only retreat where the focus of the speakers will be to help you become a woman full of shalom, joy, and contentment. You'll be challenged to see how your own actions and thoughts affect your shalom, depression, and how your busy and stressed out attitude affects you and the people closest to you. Then you'll be built up to live a life that honors Yahweh and makes you more like Yeshua as you learn practical tips to take home and continue living a peaceful, abundant, and joy-filled life.
You left out the last one.
And then it says, bring your Bibles. That's it.
Bring your Bible. So it's bring your Bible, not go home and read your Bible.
Yeah. So, and it's a speaker is Christy Jordan and Katie Abafi.
She's her and her husband are the ones that did the Way documentary.
And then Amy, is it Gunther?
Gunther.
And she's the one that she runs Torah Sisters magazine. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I think it'd be a good thing to go to. And I mean, who couldn't use some more shalom?
Shalom in the home. So the other thing that happened this week is Monday, the driveway got graded. So after calling in the morning, it took 2 or 3 calls with him, and they finally came out and graded the driveway. So that's a lot smoother than that. So that's a good thing. So hopefully that'll last another year or 2 before it gets bad. So
you can have salad. Okay, you can have salad.
Why are we whispering?
I don't know.
Anyway.
So anyways, what do y'all want to talk about? What would you like to talk about as a guest on our show?
I don't know. It's nice out here. You guys have a good view and stuff. Good countryside.
Mm-hmm. That's the one thing that everybody says when they come here, the view.
You got $1 million view. Great. I'm waiting for somebody to offer me that for it.
Please send that in the mail. That's what you're looking for. I don't know a whole lot to talk about. I mean, I'm trying to think what was eventful in my week.
You told me something interesting about Google possibly having offices in Northwest Arkansas.
I heard a rumor that they might be doing that. I have no way to confirm that. I told you.
What?
I told you she'd ask that.
Is Josh wearing his maroon pants?
We'll never know.
We talked about that last night, and I was going to message you, and then I didn't. I was going to message you and say, I like Josh's maroon pants.
Yeah.
Truthfully, we haven't seen his maroon pants.
Yeah, so we heard a rumor about potentially Google moving in, which would be, I think, nice for the economy. Create a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
That'd be... I'd love somebody to offer me a bunch of money for this place. Mm-hmm. I'd take it. Give it to me. I'll take it.
I will only move from here if I can get that house over by the Woodsons.
As big as your head. Your
mug is as big as your head, and your face disappears when you take a drink. It is a big mug. This is a mug the Woodsons got me. I love this mug.
It does. When you put it up like that, it does cover your face.
It does.
Covers my big old head? Are you serious? Well, if I put it out there like that.
No, it covers your face. Your entire face is covered when you put it straight in front of you.
Like this, or you mean like this?
Like that. Your entire face is covered.
I mean,
okay, so here's my hand.
It's your beard.
I mean, it's...
All you see is your beard.
Would you say that's probably 40 ounces?
It doesn't.
No.
What'd she say?
You said those awful things.
Since before we were married. How long is that?
We'll be 15 years in April.
15 years.
We're 13 on Monday.
On Monday.
And we won't even be together on our anniversary.
Not the first time, though.
We're never together on our anniversary.
We have been together on our anniversary before.
Not in years. Last year I was in Michigan. I was coming home from Michigan.
Okay.
Yeah. The year before that, you probably worked because that's how it works.
Are we allowed to talk about this also?
Oh, yeah, we can talk about this also.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was kind of a surprise.
That was.
I was really not expecting that.
So,
we won't
Plug
spoil
in
his fun,
Zach.
will we? Is he going to do?
He'll be doing a video on it. So Zach did if you guys caught Zach's live video yesterday, he talked about his homemade salsa, and there's a lady at the clinic that Jamie goes to that he was bringing a jar of salsa for. And he said that he doesn't have any friends in the area that like spicy food to do a taste test to see if his salsa is better than the top shelf store-bought salsa. And I'm like, dude, there's plenty of us here that like, hot food. He's like, you don't count. Because I didn't like spicy food. But
I've converted him.
her and Papa Pepper have changed me on that. And Tom too, because Papa Pepper got me to eat some spicier stuff. And then Tom makes a nice ghost pepper dip that I actually really, really like. So now, like, even like if we go out to Mexican, I get the hot salsa versus the mild salsa. So
You get hot and mild.
well, yeah,
and
the
you
one
mix
place I get
it.
the hot and mild mixed together because their mild is very bland in flavor, and so then I add the hot to it to give a good flavor to it. So anyways, I told Zach, bring your salsa over. We'll do this blind taste test. So he did. He brought, and you brought a jar too.
Yep.
Of
Yours was
just cheap off the shelf stuff.
What was it? It was
yours
on the
was
border.
On the border.
Yeah,
on the border.
On the border brand.
On the border, medium chunky salsa. So we had that plus Zach's salsa plus two of these top shelf fire roasted salsas, and only Zach and Philip knew which ones were which. And a bunch of us went through the taste test and we marked down which ones that we liked. And I looked at all of them, and like three of them had a very distinct bright red color to them, and one of them had a greenish brown color to it. And I'm like, well, knowing that three of these are store-bought and one is homemade, I'm gonna guess this off-colored one is the homemade one, and the other ones are the store-bought ones.
I knew that wasn't though. I knew that one wasn't. I chose that one because I like chunky salsa. So when I tasted them all, I chose that one as the best one for me because I like chunky salsa and it was chunky. But I knew it wasn't theirs because I have the recipe. I use the recipe. I just leave mine chunky. And I know that they don't like chunky salsa.
Sure thing, I can do that.
But
Mel said you guys are supposed to go to Nom Creek's Big Gun Shootout for your 15th anniversary.
Yeah.
Zach just showed us a video of that place tonight,
Yeah,
which is funny because you mentioned it earlier today.
Yeah, tracer rounds.
So
anyways, the very first salsa tasted like tomatoes, and it tasted like nothing but tomatoes.
Right,
There
and
was
I'm
no
like, that
flavor.
has to be the stuff he bought because it's not top shelf. It's just
Plain tomatoes.
That's what I
and
thought.
Onions, and that's it.
It was very bland. The second one, B,
was spicy.
I'm like, that's got it.
It wasn't overly
No,
spicy, but
no.
it was spicy. It
Right.
was the spiciest one of
It had
all of them.
it had kick to it. It
It had
kicked you in the
a
mouth.
sweet flavor at first, and then that heat.
Yep.
Mhm.
That you'd like to have, the hot.
And then C was the one that was the off-colored one that I was like, this has to be Zach's.
And it had, I think it was like peppers. So they weren't jalapeno peppers, but there was a green like chunks in them. So it had been some form of pepper.
Bell or something.
Yeah, but it wasn't jalapenos. And it had really good flavor, but it wasn't spicy at all.
Right. And then D was another bright red, chunky one.
And that had a little
And
bit
added a
spice
little
to
bit
it.
of heat to it, not as much as
Mhm.
B did, but it had a little bit of heat to it, and it was pretty flavorful too. And we had to rate like which one we thought was the best, and I had to go back and taste B and D again twice more to see which one I thought was the best. Are we gonna tell what we thought it was, or?
I don't think we should give away the answer of what it was.
But we say which one we picked
the
was
one
the
that
best.
we thought was his wasn't his. Totally blew
Right.
blew
We were all
mind. It
surprised. We were
wasn't.
like, hey, that's a good sauce.
Because
Right.
the other salsas or the one they were a top brand like $7. He said he paid like $8 for one of
For
those
$8
for
for
a
a
little
quart jar.
No, those were small. They were not quite
Pint jars?
Not quite a pint.
Yeah, pint jars,
Yeah.
not quart jars. Pint jars. My bad.
Yeah.
And so and that was one of those was the ones that was the tomato. It tasted like tomatoes.
like-
It was
I
one of the
like,
top shelf ones that just tasted bland.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was like your brothers or something like that, wasn't it? Or my brother's salsa or something.
That sounds
Stop rocking like that, Eli.
I don't
Well,
know.
I was like,
but
I'm like,
I
they
don't
need to
like
work
it.
on their
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah.
So, we won't say anything else about the results. You'll have to go watch Zach's video to find out
Mhm.
the results. Oh, what did I do?
You're messing with stuff.
Oops, my bad. Sorry, y'all.
You're liking or sharing your own.
I didn't end the stream, did I?
No.
Okay, we're still counting. Okay. Eli, Michael says hi.
How's he know I'm here?
Because he heard me told you to stop rocking in the chair?
So the guys were having conversation in the living room, and the women were having conversation in the kitchen. And at one point, we were listening to you guys. It's a well-known fact. Zach is the globe, and you guys are flat. And it was getting pretty heated in here at some points.
So I made a statement, and I
Are
said,
you the one that started the conversation?
well, no, we were talking. I didn't start the conversation, but I made a statement in the conversation. I forget how the conversation got started, but what elevated it to the heated level was I made the statement that the Big Dipper star constellation disproves the globe Earth. And I tried to give Zach a demonstration of it, and
you came in and got a plate and a bowl at one point, right?
So I want to preface. I am neither globe nor flat Earth leaning, if that's fair. But I was trying to help illustrate for Zach the concept, because it was an awkward construct. Because the idea was the space in which we're using to have the description. There was some inadequacies to where we were putting things,
right,
more or less. And so I was trying to give some form of imagery that I was hoping would help him better see what you were trying to articulate.
So
which was
basically,
not successful.
So basically, the idea. What I'll try to simply explain this: the Big Dipper star constellation. That constellation, those stars are fixed in space. They're at a point. They don't move. They're out there. But yet you can see them in the northern hemisphere. You can see them every single night of the year. Now, if the heliocentric globe model is accurate, you have the sun in the center, okay? And then you have those stars way, way out there somewhere, right? And then the Earth rotates around the sun. On the daytime side, you're going to be facing the sun. On the nighttime side, you're looking away from the sun. Well, say your Big Dipper star constellation is up here. Well, it can't be right above the sun. It has to be over here or out here or wherever. It's not down here, but say it's more up here like this. If your Earth is out here and your night side is here, there's no way you can see a star constellation that's over here. Now, when you rotate over here, now, yes, you're going to see it in this part of your sky. When you're over here, you're going to see it in this part of your sky. You're over here, now it's on this part of your sky. But when you get on over here, it's on your daytime side. You're not going to be able to see it. So, but Zach's like, yes, you can because it's way up here. I'm like, Zach, the only way that would work is if that star constellation is directly above our sun. That's it. That's the only way. And it's not that, because we see it at different elevations and different points in the sky. That's the way I see it. Prove me wrong. But he kept arguing. He's like, this is not to scale. Your star constellation needs to be 50 feet up in the air, to scale to this little, because I was using just a little skinny a little bottle like this. I'm like, okay, this is our Earth. This is, this side facing the sun is the daytime, this back side is the night side. As it rotates around the sun, what it sees over here at nighttime is not what it's going to see at nighttime over here, because those stars are out there, whereas these stars are out this way. And he's like, but it's not out here, it's up there. I'm like, it doesn't work like that, Zach. That would have to be directly above the sun, and we know it's not. So,
but here's the thing, because we were in the kitchen listening to you guys, we were having our conversation, though, then we were hearing, your guys' conversation, because he's loud. And so is Zach. But
You're
Zach
pointing
does.
at him, right?
Yes, I am pointing at him.
You're allowed to have a preference.
So, and then, we
Good
can
night,
picture
Michael.
Zach going like this, as he's talking, because he's
Animated.
yes. And so
What?
And so I think it was Mary at one point said, she's like, should we stop this conversation before it gets too bad? And Jamie and I just looked at each other and laughed, and we're like, it's fine, because the one thing that we all have as friends is that we respect the other one's opinion if they disagree. Mm-hmm. And so it's nice. As much as I hate flat Earth and globe conversations, because I do, I also enjoy the fact that in this type of setting, you can have a conversation and it doesn't turn into an argument. It doesn't turn into bashing each other or somebody leaving upset or being mad or whatever. You know, on the computer, it gets that way. And you have conversations with people and people are mean and whatever. But
with us, our friendship is not going to be jeopardized by I'm a flat earther, he's a globe earther. He's allowed to believe the way he believes. I'm allowed to believe the way I believe. And the problem, you know, poor Zach, he's outnumbered because most of the time, most of us in our fellowship group are flat earthers. So he's usually the lone globe man there in the group, you know. So,
but he holds his own.
Yeah, he does. He does fine, you know. So. He still holds that, you know, there's going to be commercial flights going up, and it's like, yeah, we've been hearing that for 2 years now. I'm still waiting to see that happen, you know, but we love each other. It's never going to change our friendship. Just like, you know, Zach said like 4 years ago now with him and Rob, they did that debate, and Rob had posted something, and which just came up on my Facebook feed just this week, that, you know, even though him and Rob don't see eye to eye each other, you know, they're still brothers. It doesn't change anything. They can agree to disagree. It's not going to change anything. So I wish more people were like that.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of insulting and name calling and all that.
But I think that even with Torah, just in general, or with what we believe just in general, is that we need more love and less hatred.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There was a guy this past week. Wasn't it? Was it last week? That guy said that if he ever saw me in person, he was going to crush my skull into a pulp.
Yeah.
He was one of those guys
He's
that's
not the first one.
Funny thing was I told the guy, hey, guess what? I'm gonna be coming right through where you live next week. I'll stop on by if that's what you want to do. I'll stop on by. You just gotta let my wife record it for my YouTube channel because it'll make great content. Because I'm a smart aleck like that. No, but this guy, he was being hateful towards people, and he's one of those like sacred namers that you have to pronounce the name this way. If you don't pronounce the name this way, you're not saved. And it's like, dude, that's not right at all. And he was being very disrespectful to women and using very coarse and foul language. And it's like, you're not representing, you know, that's a call him out and said, do you honestly think you're representing Yeshua? And I'm sure that made him mad because he uses the name Yahushua. I'm like, do you really think you're representing Yeshua in the way that you're acting and speaking to these people? You're not representing him at all. And he ended up, the post he was on, he got blocked by the original author of the post because he wasn't going to stand for the way he was talking to people. He's like, I'm not going to let somebody come on here and you know, talk to other people that way. So Mr. Shiloh Alexander needs to have more love in his life.
Really?
And pray for his wife, Amy. Yeah. I'll call him out. I don't care. He wrote a post about me, so he can write a post naming me in it. I can name his name here on my YouTube channel. I don't care.
Anyways, all that to say, I think that including us, we need to have more love towards each other. That people may not agree with what we agree with, and that's okay. And there are some people that may try what we're doing and then go somewhere else because they don't agree with what we're doing. And again, that's okay. That is between you and the Father. It has nothing to do with us. But we need you show people by your fruit and you lead by example. And if somebody's being a jerk, I'll use that word instead of another word. Somebody's being a jerk to you. If you start being a jerk to them, you're not helping anything. It's just, you're not showing any love. I think we need more love. If you do not stop chewing your food, go in the kitchen.
What do you want to do? Just inhale it?
Eli, please take it in the kitchen.
Do you want to tell them about your condition?
I hate loud chewing.
It has a name. What's it called?
What's it called?
I don't know. I didn't even know it had a name until today.
I'm going to beat your buttitis if you don't.
Is Gina still on? She knows what it's called.
Yeah, Gina, what's it called?
It has a real name.
I'm
well, it's only for chewing though, isn't it? It's not for those people that like click pens.
No, it's the
pop their
same.
gum.
It refers. It's the same.
Yeah.
Like there's certain noises that if it's done repetitively or if it's a noise that shouldn't be going on, it bugs me. And today I had that a lot today. But specifically chips or crunchy sounds, and he's eating lettuce right now. He's eating a salad, and so he's crunching on the lettuce. It triggers something in me. And it's gotten worse over time. But I found out it's a deficiency. It's a B vitamin deficiency. And so I am taking B vitamins or supplements to try to help and see if it helps. So far it didn't help today.
It prevents the rage so you don't have Hulk.
Yeah, it's
Right.
supposed to help calm you down or something.
Cassie smash.
Let's see. Gina knew what it was.
Gina's not watching anymore. They're probably watching
They're
Suits.
probably watching Suits.
Anything else? We're almost at an hour. We can call it quits. He's got to get up early to catch his flight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Misophonia.
Misophonia.
Cindy
Hey,
got it.
Yeah.
Good job, Cindy. You win a prize. Tell her what she won, Cassie.
It says that you suffer from, it says misophonia, a disorder which means sufferers have a hatred of sounds such as eating, chewing, loud breathing, or even repeated pen clicking. And if you think about it, ever since we were married, when you if you breathe really loud, I've always been like, stop.
You know what bugs me? Loud snoring.
And yet you do
You know
it all the
who's a loud snorer? If she's in deep sleep, she's a loud snorer.
Which is not very often.
But
I wish.
It sucks because when I'm home, if I wake up to go use the bathroom, whatever, I go lay back down and she's snoring loudly. I cannot go back to sleep. So then,
Really?
uh-huh.
Welcome to my world.
Well, you shouldn't be waking up.
Okay, but here's the difference. He goes to sleep in 2 seconds. As soon as his head hits the pillow, he's out.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, you are.
Nuh-uh.
As soon as he hits
Maybe
the
on
pillow.
Friday nights because they keep me up till midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, wanting to play cards.
We were in bed by 1 o'clock last night.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, though, so I'll have to nudge her because if you nudge her and she moves in, she'll breathe normal again, and then I have to try to fall asleep in the 2 minutes it's gonna take for her to start snoring again. If it doesn't work, then I'll nudge her again or kick her with my foot or something to try to get her maybe to roll over or something, and then.
Stand up.
Did he make a mess?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyways,
Cindy's saying she's got one. Is that a snorer?
a snorer probably.
I'm guessing, yeah. Robert snoring.
He's had a long day.
I have a hard time falling asleep, and so he's been getting upset with me lately because I've Thursday night, I didn't go to bed till Friday morning at 5 a.m. and then I was up at 10.
And I'm like, just go to bed at a normal time and then get up earlier in the day, get your stuff done.
But my body, I've always been more of a night owl, and so I can concentrate more and focus more once he goes to bed. And so, making the Yahoo ones that are very tedious and you have to layer. I mean, I have to use a crochet hook and stuff on them. It's very tedious, and I need to focus on that. And I can't focus on that if I hear Mom, can I have this? Mom, can I have a snack? Mom, can I have some milk?
Mom, can I eat some taco salad at 11 o'clock at night?
So
maybe you just put a list on the fridge. These are all the things you can have without asking.
But see, if I do that, then he'll eat nonstop because he's a boy and that's what he does.
Yes.
But he's growing.
So,
Josh was commenting that on our pantry door we have markings from Eli, and he's like, Josh first he's like, these aren't from you guys, are they? And it's like, yeah, that's how much. And Eli has grown this much since we've moved in here.
6 inches or so.
Yeah.
And that's 2 years.
Yep.
Right? 2 years
Yeah.
is around 6 inches.
yeah, I have a feeling that in the next, he's turning 10 this year. So we probably have another 2 years. Probably when he's 12, he's going to go,
Shoot up.
he's
again.
going to shoot up.
He's 5'1" right now, or
Yeah,
just shy of
5'1".
5'1".
I look for him. I mean, if he's 9, almost 10 and that tall, he's probably going to be 6'4", 6'5", because that's how my brothers and my dad was.
I'll be looking up to him like the way my dad looks up to me.
My wife said there's a old wives' tale, whatever height they were when they're 2, you double that, and that's how big they'll be. I don't know if you remember how tall he was at 2.
I don't.
We're gonna try that with Joe. So she'll be 2
See if
in
it works.
2 June next year. So we'll see if that actually happens.
Yeah,
it's
he's
true.
always been
Tall.
he's always been
He was
tall.
21 inches when he was born, right?
That's what they say. No, they said that he was
Talk louder, Josh.
I want to say like 18 and a half.
Oh, really?
That's what they measured him, but I don't think that was right. I don't remember. I have it written down somewhere.
He was 8 pounds 6 ounces.
I'm
born
not
at
that-
8:22 a.m. and he was 18 and a half inches long. That's
I
what
think
comes to memory
so.
when I read
I think it's 18 and a
half
half.
inches. Yeah, that's
what they said. But
when I just said those things, that's what comes to mind. 18 and a half inches.
But he's always been taller and bigger set. So we'll see. But if he's only 9 and he's over 5 foot, I mean, I can't see him not being over 6 foot at this point. By the time I was 12, I was 6 foot, and I didn't grow after that.
Whereas I didn't hit 6 foot until after high school. Like I grew 2 inches after high school. I left you wide open to make a comment there, and you didn't.
I did.
She'll tell you that I'm not 6 foot tall. She'll tell you
But
that
I'm not
she's
gonna
6
go there
foot
with
tall,
him 'cause it's
and
sensitive.
I'm 5'11" and 7/8.
I'm so mean.
She said Cadence is 13 and 5'8". Dang, she's as tall as my dad. My dad's 5'8".
Yeah, she's probably gonna be over 6 feet. We're thinking.
Yeah.
Yep. Got to get her in the WNBA or something like that, you know.
Yeah. I played basketball. I liked basketball.
Volleyball might be good for her too.
I
She
played
won't have to
volleyball
jump.
too. Yeah, I played volleyball in middle school, and I actually liked volleyball more than I liked basketball. I liked volleyball.
You were being scouted by the WNBA, right?
Yeah.
And then you blew out your knee.
Yep.
She was
Yeah.
22 inches and 10 pounds 1 ounce when she was born. She was always been tall.
Yep.
10 pound baby.
And I was not 10 pounds.
Nope.
But we had him early too, so
10 pound. Whoa.
You can send sympathy cards.
So was she early or late?
Cadence was close to her date. She wasn't. Was she like 3 days after? But I say on time. She's close enough
Yeah.
to it. It wasn't like 2 extra weeks or anything like that.
Eli was 2 weeks early. Exactly. She was
Boom.
3 days.
Look at
Days
that.
late.
See how I roll.
That's impressive.
Josh
because
knows
I don't
his
think that
facts.
Dustin would remember that.
I have no idea who LaVon Hicks is. Thank you, LaVon. Appreciate it.
If this is your first time, I'm not normally here.
Yeah.
I'm super impressed because I don't think you would remember that.
Eli was born at 38 weeks.
Because I just said that.
No, I know you didn't say 38 weeks. You
I
said 2 weeks
2 weeks
early. So you expect a guy to know that 40 weeks is full term?
Just full gestation.
Yeah, there you go, full gestation.
That's
Yeah.
right.
No,
Which, if you technically
he was
think
2
about
weeks
it,
early. We were concerned because of low amniotic fluid, but the doctor said at 38 weeks he's fully developed enough that we could take him out because we had a C-section and it would be no big deal.
yeah. Well, they wanted to induce, and we went with C-section instead because of the position that he was in and the safety of it all. So we were in the Upper Peninsula, and there was a snowstorm coming in that weekend, and he said it was a Thursday, and the doctors give you Pitocin and we could induce you and here till Monday, or they would keep you for so long and then send you home, and then you could come back or whatever. And come Monday, you might not even have had him, and then we'll end up doing a C-section anyways. And so I looked at him and we talked about it, and both of us were at peace with it and said we'll just do the C-section because I didn't want to go home and have to come back 30, 45 minutes drive to the hospital. And at that point, all of the complications leading up to having him, I wanted to walk out of that hospital with my baby. I didn't want to have to go home and then come back.
Yeah, you don't mess around with.
So we had him
small
on a
baby.
Thursday,
So we had him on a Friday morning.
and then by
So we had him
Sunday we were out of the
Yeah,
hospital.
we had him Friday morning, and we had him at 8:22, which was kind of cool because his birthday is 8:22. And so that was nice. We should have had him long before then, but we had complications during the C-section, and so we had him Friday morning, and then they usually keep you 3 days, and I talked to my doctor into letting us out on Sunday. I was like, I don't want to be here any longer than I have to be.
And we left the hospital and went to Walmart.
Well, first we went to church.
Oh yeah, first we went to church.
And then
That's
we
right.
went to Walmart.
Yeah.
Because we lived 45 minutes
And
from the
there
house.
was a lady that had a baby the day before you, right? And
Yeah,
we
she
saw
got
them.
released that same day.
And she got released the same day. She had a baby the day before her, and she got released the same day as her. And she was being pushed around in Walmart in a wheelchair, whereas she was up walking around like, "Let's go," you know. Thank you, Cindy. She wished me happy early birthday.
Yeah.
We'll be in Vermilion on my birthday, actually.
We're gonna leave Wednesday, hopefully,
Yeah.
so we can get everything set up. Because I don't want to set up super late on Thursday.
My plan is I'm probably not going to work Thursday. If anything, at the very least,
Work
it'll be
Thursday.
Thursday, Friday.
Wednesday.
I'm not going to work Wednesday. My plan is to be back like Tuesday night, hopefully, or be close enough Wednesday where I can be done by like noon on Wednesday. That way, I can go to the DMV, get that done, and then Eli, will you take that out of here, please? Go. And then we can take off Wednesday and drive.
I'm really
wherever.
excited because usually the only time that he gets off is the coat. So, and then he's usually visiting everybody and whatever.
The only reason I'm taking time off is because you're making all them seats, and you're gonna make up for that.
So that means you got to buy them because I need to sell all of these so that I can make up for his income.
Either that or take a lot of orders while you're there for stuff you can do
That was
afterwards.
the other thing that I got that I thought was cool that I was going to show. So we've been trying to figure out how to take orders where people can pick colors and stuff. And so Eli found this actually. And these are the color charts for the string that I buy.
That's huge.
And so, but the cool thing about it is it has numbers on it. So like every set of strings has a certain number. So people can look through this and pick out numbers or the colors that they want. And then it has a specific number. So then when they order it, they can put which number they want. And then all I have to do is look for that number when I go shopping.
What do these different bar things mean on them?
It's just the thread count that's on there. So, because certain ones have different string.
Hey, is the company here make this in a PDF? You could put it on your Facebook page and just say, "Hey, go check out their."
Oh, I didn't think about that. Probably not, since I had to buy this.
Boy, you're so tech savvy.
Email them back. Hey, can I get a PDF option so that way you can link to it from your Facebook, and then people.
And there's a
can go
number where
click
you can
on
call them and ask them. Sure.
Oh, that's cool.
And then people can go look through it, and say, "I want whatever."
That's cool because we are trying to do the website, and so that would be handy having it like something like that on
Because
the website.
what I think would be cool is if we could build a structure on the website to where we have a like pre-designed seat that was there that would then have it like where you could input a number and it would put that color in there. So then somebody could go through. You can have like up to 4 colors plus the blue.
You can technically have 7 colors.
Well, okay.
I mean,
But
the
typically
rainbow
it's
ones
4.
have 7, but typically you
But
have
we
3
could
colors
have
and
we could have have it. I don't know if Philip could even design this, but this is my thinking is that we could figure out a way to do this where you have input. Okay, this is the color number I want, and it'll make that color appear in the Z. And then you put another color and make that. So then you could do a build your own Z. So based on this, like this chart, here's the colors. I want to do this, this, and this, and then you could actually like build your own Z right there. See what colors, how they would look, and then submit the order based on what you like.
Is that even going to be possible?
Maybe someday.
We'll see.
So, yeah.
But we got that. I thought that was pretty cool. I got it at Hobby Lobby. So, I think I'm at like 68 or 69 or 7, something like that. 8 seats made. So
That would be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
In a
You
perfect
can
world.
Put in the premium upgrades, get the trim package, 2-year warranty. Whatever works.
Man, this is crazy. Last week we had the Wistons on. This week we got him on. Next week we're going to be at Take on the World, and who knows is going to be on it. Cindy's probably going to be on the show with us. The Wistons will probably be on the show with us.
You guys are going to need a bigger space.
Yeah. Well, I'm probably going to need to bring the other camera just in case in the tripod. We're going to bring video equipment, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe next week we won't even do. Maybe we'll just do a quick show to say, "Hey, we're here."
Like we did at
Of course, the last time we did it, "Hey, we're having a party." It got used by somebody's video later on.
Yeah.
So anyway,
So we'll see.
anything else? Because it's almost 11:30. He's got to go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. We kept him up too late.
Sorry, Mel.
She might be logged in and just passed out. Who
It
really
takes-
knows?
It takes a minute for them to for the comments to come back around. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna call it quits, folks, for the night. Thank you for tuning in. There's still 3 people watching. I guess Mel's still on. You're very welcome for him to staying here. We're glad to stay here. Hopefully next time you can come too. So don't say anything else about that. Yeah, hopefully next time you can come here and stay. So you're more than welcome. Bring the kids.
Maybe while we're down for Chicago, she can come by and
Yeah,
at least see the place.
there you go.
Yeah.
All right, hopefully our driveway
I
will still be
can
nice.
watch all the kids during that time too.
Girls' Day.
Maybe.
Woot, woot.
I threw in maybe because I want to be non-committal to that. Since this will live on the internet, so
Give
Sure.
yourself an out just in case.
she'll replay it later.
Yeah, I should be like, hey
But you
Josh,
tell
remember
him.
when you said this and play it the video? What? Delete. So we love you all. Thank you for tuning in. Cindy, we'll see you this coming week. Mel, we'll see you at Sukkot. And whoever else.
Unless I talk him into coming to your house next week.
Oh, you guys gonna
Okay,
stop
here
on the way
I
through?
forgot. Well, here's the thing. I told Zach we would pick up his suitcase from his parents on our way through St. Louis. So if we're not going to come back through St. Louis on our way back home, we'd have to pick up the suitcase on our way through.
Okay.
Which means if we leave on Wednesday, it'd be Wednesday night sometime we'd have to pick it up.
Okay.
So whereas during the day on
know
Wednesday,
how to get there or whatever. I don't know. We have to figure it
I
out.
know where his parents live.
I'm not talking about his parents. I'm talking about their house.
Oh, well, they're
And
okay.
because they're not far from the halls either, right?
No.
No.
No, we're not far from it at all.
Okay. Good night, everybody. Have a good one.